What's up, ecosystem? Welcome back to ATI Auto Business. It's Friday, it's noon. That means it's time for Cars on the Move. My name is Jay. We're connecting retail, wholesale, logistics, and tech. And we have a special guest today. We have two special guests. We have MarketingIntel Solutions with us. We've got Troy and Mikael. And we're going to jump right into it. Please do leave a like. If you get a chance, click share, click copy, grab that YouTube link. You can jump into the live chat. You can comment after the show. Yes, we're live, but if you watch this on demand, learn more about MarketingIntel Solutions. So here we go. Drum roll, please. All right. Hey, Troy, Mikael, MarketingIntel Solutions. How you guys doing?
We are doing well. How about you guys?
Yeah.
I appreciate you having us on today.
All right.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
All right, great. Awesome. Well, why don't we kick it off? Troy, take it away. We know you from NIADA. Thank you so much for your help with that. So tell us more about MarketingIntel Solutions. Introduce us to Mikael.
All right, yeah, absolutely. So, MarketingIntel Solutions came about. As you like you said, we were with NIADA, and I've had other auto background with the company I was with prior to that, working with franchise, and then moved over into the independent space. Mikael and I worked together at NIADA in the marketing team to start building the visibility out there, and some things that happened that just worked out that we have moved on and working with MarketingIntel Solutions, which basically came about from seeing a lot of the things that we were working with at NIADA of working with dealers and being able to get to understand them better and to help promote obviously NIADA and getting that visibility. And one of the things we found, and we've known, but it's like it was great kind of evidence for us that as we started working more video and really highlighting stories and being able to develop visibility and dealer spotlights, as we called them, and really being able to highlight the dealers and get more people to know who's out there, who's in the auto space, that we really saw a lot more engagement and just people coming together and being able to step their businesses up on multiple levels. And so as things happened earlier this year, so as Mikael and I stepped away, we decided that this would be a perfect way to move over into the space of, and both for us, both independent and franchise now, but developing what we call video storytelling, relationship marketing, and utilizing video as that key channel to get that across, because we know people do business with people they like, know, and trust. And one of the ways to be able to create that is to start telling stories about dealers, the dealerships that are out there. One of the things we all know as customers, that the auto industry kind of has the stereotype of that dealers are just in it for a fast dollar. They'll do whatever they have to do to sell a car and don't really care about the customer. They're just trying to make money. And one of the things that we both found is that's working both in the franchise and independent spaces, that's simply not the case. There are those people out there, obviously, but the vast majority are doing a lot of great things in the community. They've got great stories to tell in terms of how they even got into the auto business and what they're doing. And that was where Mikael and I decided, hey, we can really help dealers get this story out to their customers and help them to really develop relationships with their customers so they move beyond a transactional kind of thing to really creating that relationship, just like with us. I mean, we've seen each other on video and done things, and that's how those relationships start, because you start to get to know people, understand their story, you develop a trust for them, and that's how we see from a customer standpoint to the dealers what we can do with our what we call connecting with is the program, but it's all video based. And being able to just share stories. In fact, and I'll kind of let Mikael, he had a chance to talk to Candace Price. She is an independent dealer up in Nebraska, and just some of the things that she's doing. So she's actually one of the first folks that we've had a chance to work with as we've stepped away from NIADA. And Mikael, I'll kind of let you kind of tell her story and what's going on, but why these are the people that we want to work with, because they're phenomenal human beings who are really wanting to do a lot more than just sell cars in terms of their business. So I'll let Mikael kind of talk about that a bit.
Well, thank you so much for having us. So without giving too much, because we're getting her video ready, and it'll be published pretty soon. But if we look at her story and then apply that as a case study on why we need connecting with, why we need Marketing Intel Solutions, is that she started off trying to figure out what can I do to improve my economic situation, my family's economic situation, leave something behind as a generational type of opportunity, a business where it can help the family generational wise. So she started off with thinking that she can go into a different industry, real estate. That quickly turned out to be, hey, I can sell cars and get additional capital to be able to put that towards my real estate business. But the auto industry became her industry. And so what she's doing is she's taking the auto industry, using that, helping people, educating them on all different levels of financial education on what to do, how to do it, prepare people to be able to purchase homes as well. So she's taking all these different industries she wanted to get into, taking all of those and making it a part of the business. But with auto specifically, she's giving people the opportunity to understand, well, what if I purchase a car that has X amount of payments and this type of interest and these number of months of payments? How is that going to impact me? What do I do with that? And then move forward to build my credit and move on to potentially home ownership. So that's where she's coming from, which is beautiful. And when people hear this story and understand, hey, she's coming in completely committed to the community, completely committed to economic development and moving people's socioeconomic situation, you realize this person's not just a dealer from the standpoint of what we know a dealer to be, right? So she's on multiple boards in her community. She's helping out minority business owners and people with scholarships. There was one great example that I just really hit home to me because there was an individual who had one class, basically one class left to complete her degree. And because the funding wasn't there, that person had put that on the back burner. Well, she has a scholarship program. And when she heard about that story, she's like, no way, you got to go. You got to finish. If this is what's holding you back, we don't want this to hold you back. So we'll give you the capital and make it happen. So these are the stories we're talking about. And this is what helps potential consumers realize, hey, I'm aware of the people that I'm working with, and I want to make sure that it's the right person I'm working with. It's the right business I can support. That's where the video storytelling comes in. That's where the video marketing comes in. You give them the story, you give them that human touch, and with our three primary products of the dealer spotlight, conversations with, and connecting live, we create a whole ecosystem essentially of opportunities for people to connect with the business owner and see the human side, see what they're about, not just the dealer, not just the general manager, but we're talking about the entire staff at the dealership. So what's John Smith, salesperson, for example, doing, or someone in service, or another person in customer service? What are they all doing in the dealership? Everyone has a story, and people want to know that story, and they want to know who they're dealing with on a day-to-day basis.
And to follow up with that too, and this isn't something that's just done on a random, hey, we'll shoot a video today and maybe we'll wait a week or something like that. This is planned out, and the way we work, just and utilizing Candace as an example, there are a number of before we ever start shooting any video or doing anything, we're having our own discussions and getting to know who that dealer is, who their, as he said, their staff, a community, what they're doing, and then we develop a planned out so that it's almost like an episodic type of thing, so that there is a specific each episode is going to have a topic that we're talking about, and these are going to be maybe 3 to 5 minutes somewhere in there, just again to get people to get to know folks. But we also will let them know, hey, here's what we're going to be talking about next, and following up, so that there's a consistent, steady message that's going on, that it's not just, well, we'll try something. Because one of the things we've seen too, obviously from our past experience, is it's very hard to get people to, oh, hey, I need to stop and do a video or whatever, with this, we are truly setting it up and working with the dealership to make sure that once we sit down, we can basically cut out a huge amount of content at one time, because we've doing pre-production, have set out and okay, this is what this episode is going to be about, and we can go down the line so that as they're talking, we're getting everything done at once, and then the work is kind of then on our part to make sure we get it out for them, make sure it's that they get what they need. But it's not a random thing. This is something that's very well thought out, and understanding it, especially because as we've noticed even with Candace, I mean, there's probably 3 months worth of, just in the short amount of time that we've had to chat with her, there's probably 3 months worth of content that we've already talked about. So we can script out 90 days worth of video, get it done, and have it ready so it's in place. And then as we go down the road, we can what's going on maybe specifically at this time, or there's certain things that they want to share. But we want this to be educational, and again, so people get to know people, because it's again, if we're just looking at a commodity of a vehicle or whatever, it's like then people are just looking at, well, where I get the cheapest price and all that. And again, our goal is big picture. Obviously, it's going to help each individual dealer in developing their story and getting people to know them in their geographic area. But ultimately, we want to help utilize this channel and this method to just do a better job of sharing all of the good people who are in the industry. So it's even though it's developing kind of one dealer at a time, as we go through this and build, we will, in our minds at least, be able to kind of help elevate the industry as a whole and let people see that the stereotype may be the exception and not the rule.
Absolutely. One thing I want to add to what Troy has said is it's authentic and it's raw. And all of that is done intentionally. Why? Because we want to make sure people see the human side. And as Troy said, we map it out. It's an entire story we map out in our pre-production process to be able to determine each month what the focus is going to be on. Now that's the dealer spotlight aspect. If we're talking about conversations with, now that is a different focus entirely. What that is bringing customers that have had a experience with the dealership, bringing those individuals together to have a discussion. This discussion is a conversation. And that's basically the name, conversation with. And so the goal is to get the customers to talk to each other about their experience. This isn't the company owner directing a script or directing the conversation or telling the customer what to say. This is captured on video where they're sitting there and having a conversation around the table, just really talking about their experience and what did the dealership do for them. And that gives that more authentic feel for the potential customer, rather than having something on black and white. I mean, you can go ahead and put a review about a dealership, but words don't say the same as the image, as the actual video of people talking together and bringing that out. So that's another area of what we do that's key to making sure people understand who the dealership is, what they've done for other customers, and it's the other customers that are actually talking about the experience versus us saying it for them or the dealership speaking about that. And in most cases, when you're doing marketing, whether it's PPC, SEO, any other strategy or tactic or type of marketing approach, you don't get that. You don't get that even from an article that's written, but from video you get that. And the way we have it structured, we'll definitely be able to provide that approach and connection, which what'll happen is the ultimate result is it'll win hearts and minds. And if you win the hearts and minds, then you have that customer as a loyal customer and their retention level goes up. And I think Troy can speak a little bit about that. But that's one of the key things for a business. Why would you want to constantly look for new customers and constantly pay that high price for acquisition where you can focus on doing something that'll get you a greater retention percentage? So Troy, if you want to talk about that a little.
Well, and like I said, our whole goal here with this is the humanization of the business. And I think, guys, we've talked about this multiple times on, many places, is that we want to make sure that we are being human and thinking about from a dealership perspective, who our customers are, and making sure that, again, as Michael said, once you develop a relationship, what do you do to keep that up? and you start realizing that when you develop a relationship with somebody, you get past all of the walls that get put up, because if you're at first going up to meet somebody new that you've never met before, there is trepidation and like, okay, what are they going to do, and how are they going to try to take advantage of me? And I think when you see that as people get to know people, and that's why this is a great, we feel is a great way to go about it, is that now you feel like there is a certain trust already established, that now you can go in and talk about business, or feel where the customer feels less, you know where they have that wall put up, because now you could maybe go as like with Candace is talking and she's sharing some of the things she's doing. Well, now as a potential new customer, well, I saw that you're doing this for your customers. Here's some problems I'm having. Can you help me? And now it goes beyond, you're not conducting a sale, but you're having a conversation and you're looking at, like, what do I do to help this person? Big picture, you know, how am I going to make sure that they're getting the right vehicle, at the right price, and teaching people, what is the difference between 18% interest and 8% interest, and what can, in Candace's situation, how do you take that car payment now and utilize it to help you later on buy a house and elevate you in your economic status? Well, if I know I'm going into somebody like that, and these are the dealerships that we're working with, well, you feel much more comfortable going in and being able to open up a little bit, where otherwise it's just becomes almost that negotiation about price that we all talk about. And again, when it comes to that, you're not going to have a loyal customer and a loyal following. And if you can do those things that help, ease the tension and ease the trepidation that a lot of us have going into a dealership, we feel like, and we've seen again just in past experiences, that creating that relationship is a way then to move forward and have that genuine conversation.
So one thing I want to add to what Troy's saying is just a couple of statistics here. Customers who have an emotional relationship with a brand have a 306% higher lifetime value. That is huge. And they will recommend the company at a rate of 71% rather than the average rate of 45%. Building these emotional relationships is key to building your business, lowering your overall cost of new acquisition, and then having a higher retention rate, and making sure that you'll have more repeat customers, where that individual will bring a brother, a sister, a mother, a father, extended family, cousins, friends, basically anyone they know. Once they have that emotional relationship established, it's going to be much better for them. So if you look at the cost of going through some of the traditional channels of Google PPC, how much are you paying per lead, right? And then how much is the cost of acquisition? Those are high numbers. And it's a process where you have to constantly go after, hunt at one, day at a time. And just, you see the cost rising. Here you do something that's building it with a long-term potential, and something that has a much higher retention rate, much higher impact rate, and we see that with the statistics provided. So I think for us, it was a no-brainer when we started to understand how dealerships operate. What do they need? What they need is a good video storytelling product that will be able to connect with their customers. And we have other things we do as well. We do the analytics aspect, which is separate, as well as the social media marketing of that. So for those that are interested, we would definitely say connect with us, and pun intended, because that's what we're about. We want to sit down and have a consultation session, talk to you about the details of everything that we do, and be able to see if you're a good fit, because we want to make sure that you have a story to tell. And that's one of the key things that we emphasize.
And the fact, like you said, and the fact that we want to make sure that the clients that we take walk the talk. It's not just we're not going to step out there and put this out in a way that's unauthentic or being used to manipulate people to make them think, oh yeah, this dealer's this way. If we feel like that you aren't walking the talk, we don't want to step out there and create that for anybody either, because we want to make sure that we're genuine and authentic, and that the people that we help build that consistent reputation with and that consistent story, that they are who they say they are, and not just using this as as a tool.
Yeah, one more bit of statistics I want to share here is 54% of customers would like to see more video content produced by the brands they support. So by doing this, you're actually meeting the needs of your customers, which then obviously helps with the retention, with the emotional connection, and having a higher referral rate versus what we saw at that 45% what we heard from that statistic. All in all, I think dealerships need to tell their story, and they need to connect with us because we want to help them tell their story.
Well, and because their story is unique. No,
Absolutely.
no two dealerships are going to have the same story. So that way too, the things that you are doing in the way that you're utilizing your marketing by doing this is a very unique, your unique selling proposition, your unique history, your unique being as a dealer, and what you're doing for your community, customers, community, all of those things, so that people get to know you. And that's what it boils down to. As we said, we do business with people we know, like, and trust. So our objective for dealers is to help establish that in a way that they can't be out there, meeting everybody all day long. They obviously have to conduct business as well. So we want to be able to help them tell their story in the most efficient way possible.
Absolutely. Well, like Troy said, we want to make sure you're a good fit. That's why we want to let everybody know that we have 3 spots available, and we're looking for that right dealer to work with us. We want to tell your story, your unique story, and be able to market you from the standpoint of the services we have to provide. So we're looking at 3 potential dealers right now to fill those spots, and we'd welcome people to give us a call. We want to be able to vet you and understand where you are and if you're that right fit. So that's the last thing I want to say as far.
Yeah, if you're one of those 3, we'll do something from a pricing standpoint to make sure you're getting some benefit out of it as well. Because obviously, if you're stepping out and putting some faith in us, we want to do that. We want to return the favor and make sure that we're helping you out in any way we can. So there are some special pricing once you talk to us. We don't want to get into the whole deal here, but if when you reach out to us, and make sure, because again, we're talking to a lot of folks, so we've got those 3 spots left. We had 5, two taken up. So, but we want to make sure, again, because we want to develop long-term relationships with everybody that we work with, and that's really what it takes. It's really, this is all a relationship business.
What is the contact info?
They can reach, we are right now on our LinkedIn is MarketingIntel Solutions. So that's where we really have all of our information. Don't really haven't put up a website yet, simply because we've been so busy doing the work and reaching out and visiting with dealers and developing their story, especially the 2 that we're working with right now. So LinkedIn is the best, or you can reach out to our connect at MarketingIntelSolutions.com. So connect at MarketingIntelSolutions, all one word.com.
And that's connect @
Yes. Connect and then the at. Yes, sir.
MarketingIntelSolutions.com.
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Yeah.
And if anyone needs to connect with us on a more urgent basis, you can reach me at area code 972-282-6000. Again, that's 972-282-6000.
And ask for Michael.
Ask for Michael.
Okay, great. Gentlemen, I've got it. Just follow up, just kind of recap, took some notes here. Community involvement. You got telling stories you got dealer spotlight, conversations with, connecting with, testimonials. It's video storytelling with the staff of a dealership, so that customers feel like they know the dealer.
Yes, I mean, if you think about it, Jay, it's very much like what we're doing here. It's a conversation. We want people to get to know people, and it's like, I think about how you and I and Ty developed our relationship. It's all been, I mean, you and I have never actually got, Ty and I have got to see each other in person, but you and I never have, and it's like we've still developed a great relationship that we've helped each other out and done a lot over the last 6 months plus. And I think that's the key. It's just making it so that this isn't a scripted thing or a promo video or anything like that. We just want people to get to know people and develop helpful relationships with each other.
Excellent.
And That's what business is all about. Like I
That's what
said,
it's all
you
about.
treat people right, and you do what's right for the other, for your customer or for whatever your employee. You do the right thing. You treat people right, and are able to share that, and you do that consistently. That's what business is all about. And you'd be amazed, as we all know, when we do this, how you find people want to help each other out. Then.
All right. Anything to add? Anybody? Final thoughts?
Well, looking forward to working with everyone. So, I mean, whoever's going to be the next three we can pick out, we'd love to tell your story. So don't be shy. Give us a call. Let's set up a time to talk, and let's see what that takes us to.
And guys, we just really appreciate you, again, letting us share with you guys and with your audience who we are, what we're about, and how we can move forward together.
Absolutely. Thank you, folks. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Also, hey, Mark is in the live chat with a super chat. Thanks so much, Mark. All right, everybody. Troy, Michael, thanks for sharing your story with us. Appreciate it.
Great to see you. Thanks, guys.
All right. Have a great weekend. Thanks, everybody.
Take care.
All right.
Bye.
Take care. Thank you. And that is the end of the meeting. That's a wrap on another day at Cars on the Move. So thanks again, Mark. Really do appreciate that. Here, let's do it proper. He's making margaritas. Making margaritas in the super chat. We've got martinis. We've got margaritas. It's Friday the 13th. So, I'm not sure. I guess that'd be the Bloody Mary. So, and I don't have my bell ding. So, day 2 of no bell. I think we're going to have to start a thing now. Days without the bell on ATI. Even though the LinkedIn poll was really positive towards the bell, it seems like, I don't know, got a lot of changes going on here. So why not? If you're going to change things, man, make huge changes. Make big strides. Use large paintbrushes if you're going to update the canvas. So, I know, Peach Transport. By the way, Peach Transport, ding. I saw, carrier video stories. Peach Transport, send me an email. autotransportintel@gmail.com. Let's collaborate. This is, it's actually using video to tell stories, provide spotlights, and build relationships and trust and information and engagement. It's all, that's all real. That's a big part of what video is for. And that's how we, think of the video we watch and how we feel connected to people through video, film, books, etc. So if you, send me an email, Peach. If you want to connect and oh, hey, what's up? What is that? If you want to connect and collaborate, because it is actually, when you get into scheduling and mapping out, that's when sometimes the wheels can come off, and it helps to have a professional. There's also cost and time, and so those are all considerations that are really important to the recipe. But telling the story ultimately is so important. So I want to thank everybody so much. Again, I want to thank MarketingIntel Solutions, Troy and Michael, for taking the time here on Cars on the Move to share their information. Please do join us Tuesday night. Tuesday night, we have a UAW strike direct impact on car hauling special report. Also got another great Tuesday night show. We're going to talk about logistics website lead generation and optimization. Pretty interesting. It's going to be an interesting Tuesday night. That's actually the only show next week. Got a couple things going on that I got to take care of, and got a big November happening too. So please do join us Tuesday night. Have a great weekend. Thanks again for saying hello in the live chat. Ding, and we'll be in touch. All right, peace out, everybody. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Be careful. It's Friday the 13th. Stay safe.